love, skylines are burning in between us. You and I are running away. I'm running up. It's too late now, we can't go back, we're breaking. I'm fighting for me up. You had to say now, go away, it's over.
So it is Thursday, rest day. It's hot up in this. Thursday, rest day. I've been working all morning on client work, all morning on helping people with their nutrition. I wanted to kind of make a video. By the way, thanks YouTube for clicking on this video. I wanted to make a video on how to help you find your macros. Right now I'm about to go up to Robinson, which is a shopping district about 20 to 25 minutes away from me, and I need to get my suit for one of my friend's weddings. It's about to rain. I have half a battery, so I need to do this as fast as possible, or as efficiently as possible. I have to get my suit paid for a friend's wedding coming up next weekend, and I have to get a shirt for the rehearsal dinner because all I have is gym shirts and I need something really, really nice. Although this is a really bomb t-shirt and I love it, I want to have something a little bit nicer for my friend's rehearsal dinner. Gonna go up there, take care of that, and then by the end of the video I'm going to explain, so watch until the end of the video, don't skip. I'm gonna explain how you can find your macronutrients using what I think is the best method possible. I mean, there's no right way, but I want to help you guys that are looking for some nutritional advice and hopefully give you some tips that could help with that. Another thing is, thank you so much. I'm up to 121 subscribers. I'm so grateful because I remember I had like 36 subscribers like months ago. So I appreciate you for clicking the button. If you like what you see in this video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe. It helps a ton. Okay, so right now, just got to Robinson. Probably not going to bring the camera with me because I just don't feel like it right now. But Starbucks over there. Shit. There we go. There. And Men's Warehouse. Blah. You can't even see it. Men's Warehouse over there. So what I have to do is go pay off the suit for my friend's wedding. Then I'm going to go to Starbucks because one of my awesome clients, Leah, gave me a gift card. So I'm going to go get a coffee. Probably had too much coffee. I actually haven't even ate that much today. Probably like about 100 grams of carbs and 12 to 15 grams of fat. So really not that much food. Very little protein. I'm not like doing that on purpose or anything. I've just been so focused on work. I've been on emails for like 5 hours and I had calls in between. So probably going to wait till I get home to get some food because I don't want to eat anything out that's not going to fit my numbers for sure, that I can't weigh and measure, because I'm trying to be super spot on to my food as much as I can control going into regionals, and especially because I have some weddings coming up and some travel, and I just want to stay on point. So I think that this coffee is going to help my empty stomach that's growling right now curb my appetite until later whenever I have access to all my food at home that I just went grocery shopping for, and I can get all my calories in later, which I really don't mind doing, and it doesn't really mess me up at all. So I'm going to go take care of business. I went to American Eagle to get the shirt for my friend's wedding, and then I went to PacSun and used a gift card that I had, or a merchandise card, and I got 4 pairs of Stance socks, which, if anybody knows me, I'm cheap, and I can't justify buying a $15 pair of socks. So these were actually on sale, buy one get 2 free, and then I bought a whole sale pair, $21 for 4 pairs of these socks. So
Thank you.
thank you so much.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks.
Oh. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so About Time sent me a package, which is my first sponsor. Let's check it out and see what that is. Oh, yeah. Thank you, About Time, for the shorts and the care packages leading into regionals. I'm very blessed and thankful to be sponsored by these amazing companies that show me the support, so thank you so much for this gear. Can't wait to rep it at regionals. I'll put my code in the description box below, and you guys can go get 15% off and free shipping off of all their supplements. I've been using them for years, and it's great stuff. That being said, I think it's time. let's talk about how you can start tracking your macros and getting into the macronutrient tracking lifestyle and the best way to find out what your starting macros are. The first thing I want to get into whenever it comes to counting macronutrients or finding what macronutrients work best for you is to create awareness. That's step number one. Creating awareness is probably the most important part, and a lot of what I'm going to talk about is pretty much whatever I do with my clients. So first off, it depends on what your goals are. If you want to lose body fat, number one, you have to be in a caloric deficit. If you want to gain muscle mass and lean tissue, you have to be in a caloric surplus. End of story. Like, that's what has to happen. But you don't know where you're at nutritionally, so we have to figure that out. I would recommend tracking your food using an app like MyFitnessPal. It has a pretty big database, and all you have to do is just start tracking whatever you eat, and at the end of the day or at the end of the week, look at all of your days and how you fluctuated. Look at the macronutrients and the calories and see, what did I eat, how much was I eating? And depending on where you're at after you create awareness is where you're gonna have to shift. Depending on where you're at during that food recall of the 7 days of tracking and creating awareness, or the 3 days of tracking, that's where you're gonna have to look at, where are my calories at, what am I eating, how much of these macronutrients am I eating in my protein, carb, and fat, and even look at your fiber. From there, you're gonna have to determine where to go for your macros. Before I go any deeper, I want you guys to understand that there is no secret way to find your macronutrients. This is just the way that I found is the smartest way to go about finding which ones are best for you. And even then, it's never guaranteed, and it's only a theory until you actually apply it, become consistent, and then figure out, how's my body feeling? Am I getting closer to my goal? Am I being deprived? Like, listen to what your body's saying and then adjust accordingly to get closer to that goal. So creating awareness is really, really big. That's how I do it with my clients. We figure out, what are you eating, how much are you eating, and then we'll adjust it from there. And along the way, you're just gonna have to keep looking at, how am I feeling? Too many people go to these macro websites and use these books, and honestly, I think it's cool to go out and research, and I think it's cool to understand numbers and the math behind it, but just because one book says that the best way to do it is by subtracting 500 calories per day and then doing that throughout the week, that's just bullshit, and it's not correct for everybody. So everybody should be figuring out what's best for them. There's no one that can write a textbook on you. I think it's important that we take the information that we get and create our own philosophy and apply it in a way that's specific to us as individuals. Every single person is different. My metabolism is different from yours, and it's gonna be like that for everybody. No one person is gonna require the same, and you can't use a math equation or any system like that to put a blanket protocol over everybody in the world. Like, there's no way for somebody just to say, use this math equation based on your height, weight, and activity level, and this is how many macros you should be eating based on whether or not you want to cut or whether or not you want to, or whether you want to gain. And it just does not work like that. So taking the individual route and taking the necessary time that might be uncomfortable, and it's going to be really hard work because you still have to track and measure your food, is the right way. Right? So in my last video, we talked about A and B, transformation picture, results. Doesn't mean that they did it the right way. Doesn't mean that it's going to be sustainable. And whenever you see that shit on Instagram, it's just like you create your own story between these two pictures of, oh my gosh, they just did it perfectly, and they had no struggles whatsoever, whenever it's false. So starting out, tracking your macros, create awareness, and from there start adjusting your macronutrients either to increase or decrease. If you have no hunger and your sleep has gone to shit and you have no sex drive and you're exhausted all the time, you probably need to eat more food. And a lot of people look at, okay, more food means that I'm gonna get fat, whenever that's not necessarily the case. If you're eating like 1,200 calories in your food recall and you're not hungry, that's a problem. You need to increase the amount of food that your body can handle to create that awareness and start being disciplined onto your food. And some of you are gonna be like, well, Frank, I don't wanna track my food all the time. Well, don't. Like, if you have a goal, and it's gonna take work, it's gonna take you being disciplined, it's gonna take you weighing and measuring your food or tracking your food ahead of time whenever you go out to restaurants. The most important thing that I can give you on this step number one video of tracking your food is that numbers mean so much, but you have to correlate the awareness of how much am I eating or have I been eating to what is my goal and how am I feeling on this amount of food. And based on that, and based on things like measurements and pictures of yourself and the way that your clothes are fitting and the way that your energy is fluctuating and the way that you're sleeping and the way that your appetite is there, what times are you hungry and how severe is your hunger, things like that really matter, okay? Whenever we talk about trying to adjust body composition. And I'm not claiming to know all of the information in the world. I'm just saying right now, this is what I know, this is what I do with my clients, and it's helping people become more aware. And that's probably the best thing that you could do for you, and not just deprive yourself and diet yourself the fuck down and be miserable all the time. Take the necessary time. It's gonna take a long time if done properly, and be patient, right? Be patient with that time and work really hard. For this YouTube video on what I think you should do for macro counting, if you guys want to learn anything else, drop a comment in the description box below. I'm sorry if my eyes like twitching out. I have really bad allergies and it's like humid as hell out here. I'm like dying. But put a comment in the description box below. I would love to hear what you guys want to learn, and I want to help deliver. So hope you guys have a great day. Hopefully you gain something from this, and see you guys on the next video.